Welcome to Outside the Ring. I'm here with Sam. How do you say the last name?
Aljahmi.
Aljahmi. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So I'm gonna ask, what got you into wrestling?
Um, Probably just like how you got into it. Saw it on TV, probably WWE, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so um I really got into it like 2006, 2007. At the time, my favorite wrestlers were Batista, Rey Mysterio, Edge. I don't know, I just couldn't get enough of it, and I guess I never grew out of it.
yeah. Um, how'd you? Is your rename just your like real name? Is that
Yeah, it is.
yeah? How long have you been wrestling for?
Um, I had my first match, I think February of 2022. So yeah, like probably like a little over a year and a half, I think.
Yeah. Where did you start wrestling at? Like, what was the first promotion?
The first promotion, it was IWR. Do you know that one?
Sounds familiar, but it doesn't ring a bell right away to me.
It's in Monroe, Michigan. It's Rhino, like he's the guy who runs it. Do you know who Rhino is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he gave me my first match. It was against Dread King Logan. Do you know him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he totally just whooped me. And then yeah, I mean, that was my first match. And then yeah, that's where it all started. I still wrestle there now too.
Yeah. How I came to like LPW in February of like this year and saw you wrestling there. Like, how'd you find out about that?
Um so you know Kenny Urban, right?
Yeah.
So we were kind of brought up by the same people, Trey Miguel, CK3, and I don't know, just word of mouth. They were like, yeah, you could get some, we could use you there. And that's what I did.
Um, do you have like a list of like favorite matches you've been in? I know you've only been doing it for like a year.
Um, yeah, it's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah.
Um, like the two matches that came to mind. So there's two. One was at IWR. I had this one not that long ago. Do you watch Impact Wrestling at all?
Yeah.
Do you know who Gia is? Like I think she's like one of like the like an announcer there or one of like the interviewers.
Yeah.
Well, she also like wrestles too. I had a match with her, and it was the match. That match had the crowd into it more than any match I had, and it was a lot of fun too. It wasn't super crazy. It was just a good match, good storytelling, and we just blew the roof off the place, and it was really fun for me. The second match was in this other promotion called Tri-State Wrestling. It was like in the Cincinnati area. I wrestled this one guy. His name was Justin Xavier. I don't know if you heard of him or not.
I've seen like videos of him fighting other people, but I haven't like heard of him.
Yeah, he's really talented. He's has like a high flying kind of style. He was trained by Cody Rhodes at the Nightmare Factory. But anyway, that match was like it was the first match I had that was like high action, like back and forth. And it was a lot of fun for me.
Yeah. Who would you say some of your toughest opponents were?
Toughest.
Yeah.
Uh there's two that comes to mind. First was Dread King. Then the other one, like so far, probably Sam Beal, because
Yeah,
he's a big beefy guy and like he just brings it. He likes all his
yeah,
moves are slams and it hurts.
yeah. I've seen like, or I've been watching Sam. I've heard him with like LPW, like when he was before he was like the Terminator. He was part of the Natural Aces. I would always watch them and cheer him and his partner on.
Oh
I
yeah,
actually
yeah.
still cheer him on to this day. I actually interviewed him for outside the ring at the LPW show when I went
When was this?
February.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I came down and said I saw you wrestle there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like
Do
after
you,
the show.
do you remember who I was wrestling? Because I don't remember that for that one.
I think you were in a tag team match.
Oh, I think it was me and Max against Kenny and Goose, right?
Yeah, and then Tim Horner's son.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I still have unfinished business with all that.
Mm,
Are you going to the next one? The next show, LPW?
probably.
Yeah, if you don't know what the date is, I was told it was October 14th.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen that. What's your favorite promotion that you wrestled in, or, or
My
if you have a list?
favorite promotion. Um, I don't know. I don't really have like a favorite per
Yeah,
se, but I can tell you like I like IWR because that's the first place that took a chance on me. And they
yeah,
bring in a lot of good talent, a lot of guys that have been on TV, a lot of guys that everybody knows. They put a lot into it.
yeah,
They helped me a lot, and it I get to work with people who are more experienced that make me better. And I like LPW too because like the fan base there, they're very passionate, even though they hate me.
yeah,
That's fine though, because I just like high energy no matter what.
yeah. If
And I
they
was
really dislike
mhm,
someone, they'll like boo them.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And I always look forward to coming back to that because they remember everything, and that's I
Oh yeah,
respect their passion for that.
yeah. Nothing gets past LPW fans.
No, not at all.
Watching them mine, I can't. Oh, who is someone that you would like to have a match with in the future?
Oh man, I don't know anybody with a title, man, because I just to me it's always about the gold. But I don't really put too much thought into like. I mean, I think if I have goals and stuff, I try to be more present
Yeah,
because that helps me. But of course, I want to wrestle Trey Miguel because he helped bring me up. I want to wrestle Rhino just because I don't know.
yeah,
I want to wrestle Tim Horner just because like he kind of like screwed me over. And I think we'd have a really good match because he likes to go crazy. I can go crazy. I think we'd tear the house down.
yeah. You might have to do some serious stuff to get Tim back in the ring. Because when I asked him the question of who he'd like to have a match with in the future, he said he's never coming back to wrestle full time, but if he ever does, it's going to be for that LPW title, is the answer that he gave me.
Well, he has the title now. I don't know if you know that.
I don't. Last I when I went, Ben was the champ and he was fighting Katie.
Well, what happened since then was he beat Ben for the championship, and then I confronted Tim about what happened at the show you went to. He hit me. He gave me a spine buster, and yeah, now I kind of owe him. So
Yeah.
It's unfinished business, you know.
Sam's knocking on your door. Answer it.
Hey, hey, give the people what they want, Tim. Give me what I
Yeah.
want.
I did not know Tim had the title.
Yeah, he does, but I don't think he's gonna have it for long.
Yeah. First, he helped, I think, Mannix beat Frogun when he was special guest ref. And then it was Mannix versus Ben Boone. And then it was Ben versus Katie. And then it was him versus um Ben for the title. What's this? Tim's second reign, I think, or first? I don't know. I think it's his second because remember, because I think at the first LPW he fought either the first or second that he fought Ben in a ladder match or something of some sort.
Hmm. Yeah, I haven't been there that long, but
Yeah,
I think you're right though. I know he's had it before.
yeah,
So you live around Fremont?
yeah. Like 20 minutes away.
Okay. Do you go to any other independent shows?
Um, no, not really. LPW is like the only one I've really been to since it's close.
I
But I
get
have,
that.
but I was at SummerSlam up in Michigan.
Oh yeah, I heard it was pretty sweet. I watched it on TV. I didn't go though.
Yeah, it was my first like live WWE show.
Oh, nice.
And I liked it because I was close to the entrance ramp, so I was able to go like high fives. I actually got a picture with Chad Gable as he was walking towards the back. Um, yeah, I went back to watch as well because I went with my dad. He said, as you watch it, see if you can see us. And I said, okay. And I took pictures and stuff. So I thought that was cool.
I bet that's pretty cool to see yourself on TV.
Yeah. I actually started watching wrestling during pandemic when they had like that Thunderdome and everything. There's like the first one that was local since they brought the fans back. So
So what can I ask you a question?
go ahead.
So what drew you into wrestling? You know, like what was your favorite person that or favorite whatever that made you keep watching it?
Funny enough, I was watching clips on YouTube. It came up when I recommended. And the first match, or the match that came up was Undertaker versus Jeff Hardy for the WWE title back in
The
2002.
the ladder match. That
Yeah.
match is a classic.
Yeah. And after the match, Taker gives Jeff his respect. And then I just started watching it on like Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown. I'm watching it since.
You watch AEW?
AEW, I've watched one episode of it, but I do keep up with like the pay-per-views. I keep up with like the results and stuff. This wrestling news on YouTube that I watch keeps up with AEW and WWE. And and then they said that Punk got suspended again in AEW. So I don't know how much to say about that since I don't watch it.
No comment from me.
Me either.
Um, let's talk about LPW. Who are your favorites there?
Um, I like Sam.
Who me?
Yeah, you too. There,
Me too. Okay.
Sam Beal, Sam Aljahmi.
I'm mad at you. My
Only.
cat is though. He keeps meowing.
Um, Kenny, I like before he was into this goose thing.
Mm.
carrying Goose around when he was teaming like Tim and stuff, Wesley Connection, everything.
Mm.
Um, Ben Boone, Mysterious Movado. He hasn't been down there for I don't know how long. Last time I went there, he was there.
Mm.
Not this last one, but the one before pandemic and everything. Um, El Ridiculoso. LBW has really been bringing in. I mean, since I've been there before February, they've been bringing in lots of like younger talent.
Yeah, they definitely have.
Yeah,
You know what? You remember how you asked me like people that I want to wrestle?
yeah,
I just thought of one more. You know, Crash Jackson.
yeah,
Yeah, I want to wrestle him. That dude's big and strong, and I want to test myself against him.
yeah. I actually haven't seen him
Oh, really?
wrestle.
He comes to LPW.
Yeah, I know. But when I was there, he wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
And then I found he was. I think he was there in like March or April, but I couldn't make it because I was out of town. So, but I, yeah, I don't know. If you think back from when you started to now, do you think you like grew at all or gotten better?
1,000,000%, yes. I mean, that's all I focus on really is on getting better. Like even my best matches, there's something that I did that I don't like.
That you can build off of, sort of thing?
Yeah, or just better ways of doing it next time. There's always like people who've like kind of mentors I had, like other wrestlers who've like had a lot of success. Like they all have that mindset where you can just always get everything. There's always room for improvement. And I think that's why like they had so much success because they thought like that. And I think like that too. And I've been I've been doing more as far as like getting like better opportunities wrestling at different companies because of that and always trying to grow and expand. But then I wouldn't be able to do that if I wasn't trying to get better.
Yeah.
But yeah, to answer your question, definitely.
Besides like the three you listed, who else were your favorites growing up besides like Batista and Ray and them?
Okay, so those are like my favorites initially when I
Yeah,
was like little, when I was watching wrestling for the first time.
yeah,
But I kind of fell out of it for a little bit. I mean, I still watched it, but I wasn't like much of a diehard fan like I was. But the person who really like brought me back in hard was Chris Jericho.
yeah,
Just because I mean one of the reasons was because like we're kind of like a similar size. And he kind of made it like he kind of made it more relatable for me to like be doing that. Because when
yeah,
I was a kid, my very first favorite was Batista. And I'm not built like Batista. Not even close. And like when I was a kid, I thought I'd like grow up to like look like that, but I didn't.
yeah,
But Jericho, like I mean, not just like this, like the size thing, but just like his personality, his how he's always able to like stay relevant in the business for so long. Because there's so many like people who like they get to a certain point and they kind of just fall off. Like he's just always he's always being talked about. He's always in big matches.
yeah,
He's always like he's very like smart with business and To me, I think it's very cool. That's why he was my favorite that like got me back. But I kind of have other favorites too, but I would say he's probably the main one.
Yeah. Besides seeing like when you were younger, obviously we've seen like Batista and them on TV. What else influenced or inspired you to get into wrestling? Or was that like the main key point?
Hmm. Um, well, like in school, I was always an athlete, and I always wanted to like when I was done with school, I always wanted to like pursue something that where you had to be athletic to do. For a time, I wanted to be like a basketball player, not
Yeah,
necessarily like an NBA player, but like play like in like a European league or something.
yeah,
Or I thought about like doing like MMA, but that's like I mean I like training with it, but it wasn't really necessarily for me for a couple of reasons. But like wrestling was really like professional wrestling was really where my heart was because I think that's kind of what made me want to be an athlete to begin with because other wrestlers they would have you would see like kind of like biographies on them how like they were athletes at one point before they became wrestlers and that made me want to be an athlete when I was a kid so like yeah so my mentality was like yeah I want to be really good at football because John Cena was really good at football when he was going through school or like Dolph Ziggler was a really good amateur wrestler and I'm like
yeah,
oh man maybe I got to be good at something so I can take that in my journey to be a pro wrestler. So I don't know if that answers your question, but that kind of
yeah,
what made me thought about it, you know?
yeah. That's all I got. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you. It was a pleasure. Appreciate it.